What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. After a little bit of a hiatus, I'm back. Switched up a couple vehicles, and now it's time for me to get back to doing what I truly enjoy doing, and that's just kind of tinkering with all of them. So for those wondering, I still have the 2021 2500 sitting right over here to the left of me. I will do some new videos on that thing because I have done quite a bit to it since the last video of the truck where I installed the DPF back exhaust, quite a bit more actually. So I'll show you guys all that. I'll break it down into videos and show you, as far as the parts goes, how easy the installation was, what I did as far as powder coat, all that kind of good stuff. But that's for future videos. Today, I'm going to kind of take you through what I do when I want to debadge any one of my vehicles, whether it be kind of the vinyl stickers on pillars or the actual badges themselves, like the Grand Cherokee badges on this new to me Grand Cherokee. I'm going to show you what I use and show you how I do it, because this is the best combination that I found where I don't have to worry about it scratching the clear coat or paint and leaving probably just as clean a surface where the badge was compared to the rest of the paint. So first things first, I've got a Harbor Freight special heat gun that I use. I use this on all of them, right? I get the badges or the vinyls or the stickers or whatever heated up. And this particular one has two speeds on it basically, right? You've got a low setting and a high setting. For any of the badges that I remove or decals or vinyls, I usually set on the high setting, so I make a few passes on it, get the adhesive heated up, so it allows me to pull the badge or the sticker off, and then kind of peel off whatever I can after that with my fingernails. Then once that's cooled down, I've got an eraser wheel that I actually got from O'Reilly's. This was 30 bucks. And this thing has lasted for some time. This is actually after a couple of vehicles that I've used it on, a couple trucks, a couple Jeeps, but it started off life at about that big. So as you can tell, obviously it does wear down a little bit. And then I do have the speeds on my drill set a lot lower because I'm not trying to burn the paint or burn the clear coat up, and I want it to be as nice as I possibly can. So using this on there, it allows me to basically take the rest of the adhesive off, clean up whatever dirt kind of may have built in around the badges, and do it super easy and really without a lot of worry, because using this thing right, I mean, you could probably just take the badge off, use this and be done. I do a little more. Some people don't. Doesn't really matter, right? Whatever makes you happy. So once I get done with that, I use my Mother's clay bar that I've got. I've had this thing for about a year now. I clean it up every time I use it, and this thing is clutch. So I'll use a Mother's quick detailer or Meguiar's quick detailer, spray it on, and just kind of run this over the paint. I don't press on it. I just kind of glide it over the paint. It picks up a lot of the imperfections in the paint, a lot of the stuff that's kind of on there that doesn't come off necessarily super easy when you're washing it, and smooths out the paint. And this thing is awesome, right? Worth the money. Got this at O'Reilly's too. I think it was like 30 bucks in a kit. So boom, shout out to Mother's. These things are awesome. And then to finish it up, I'll use one of my little buffer pads with a cleaner wax on it and basically make it look like the badge was never there, no scratches, and as clean as I can possibly get it to look. So I'm gonna walk you through the before, the during, and the after. And I'm gonna start off with the badges here on the doors. And then, like I said, it's super easy to do. It really is, right? Like, and the nice thing about this setup or this combination or all the stuff that I use is it makes it where I don't have to worry about scratching the paint, right? I think a lot of times, me personally, when I started doing this years and years ago, I had plenty of problems where I'd scratch the paint up. You could tell where the badge was because everything around it was all scratched to heck, and it just didn't look good. So this is the best combination that I've personally found. And hopefully there's a few of you out there that see this and see how easy it is. You're like, I'm gonna go do that to my rig because it's actually pretty easy. And I think that the result is definitely worth it because it just looks cleaner without badges on it. That's my opinion. So let's get started. All right, ladies and gents, so here's what we're taking off. The Grand Cherokee badges on the doors, and then I'm gonna work my way back to the tailgate and take off the limited and the 4x4 badges, which as you can tell, I mean, they're kind of small, they're subtle, but if you look real close, you can see all the dirt and kind of all the stuff that's kind of built in around there because it's kind of tough to wash in there. So I'm gonna get to work on getting the heat gun going. So that way I can take the heat gun, like I mentioned earlier, make a few passes over the badge itself, peel the badge off, let it cool off for a second, and then use the eraser wheel. So what I'm gonna do for starters is basically turn it on, right? I want it to warm up for a second because obviously turning that thing on, it's not necessarily gonna be ready to rock and roll the second you turn it on. All right, so here's how easy this is. I'm just literally taking the heat gun. I've probably got about, I don't know, 2 to 3 inches of space between the heat gun and the badge itself. And I'm just kind of making passes over it, right, slowly to kind of get everything heated up. Now, ideally, I'm gonna probably focus on the first part of the badge, the Grand, and get that really heated up, take that part off first, get it cleaned up, and then I'll move on to the second part of the badge and do that as well. So basically just want to make a couple passes over it, right? Kind of get in between the lettering. I'm probably about an inch away here just to kind of get in between like where the opening of the D, the A, the R, and the G. And then I'll do a little bit kind of facing down and around it, right? To get the adhesive kind of warmed up the best I can. So now I've got about as much of this off as I can get off with my fingernails. I'm going to take a microfiber and my Meguiar's Quick Detailer and try to wipe this off. Again, I don't want there to be any kind of rocks or anything in there. And then use the eraser wheel to kind of finish off what's left as far as the adhesive goes. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the, obviously the second part of the badge. So I'll get to it. All right, so I've got the eraser wheel ready to rock and roll. I've got this wiped down. So now I'm going to basically just kind of go from left to right on the badges and slowly work my way to getting all of the adhesive off with the eraser wheel, and then clean it up once more. So let's get started. There you have it. Now, it's not done, but as you can tell, a lot of the lines and most of the adhesive is gone. All right, so here is the basically kind of after, right? Here's the badge that's still here. Obviously, the Grand lettering was right there, and that's how it looks now. I did take the clay bar to it right after I got done, kind of taking the eraser wheel over it again, just to kind of get what the eraser wheel couldn't. But see, can't even tell that it was there. All right, last and certainly not least, I forgot to show you guys and gals what I use. So got this stuff off Amazon as well. It's super easy to use, works really, really well. I won't be using this pad, but this is the one that I had on hand. But I'll basically be applying the wax onto here, and then I'll make a few passes right there where the badges were, and I cleaned it up. And that's it. So from the before to now, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Plus I was able to get a lot of the rail dust that was on there off too. So the paint turned out pretty clean so far. I mean, it's not perfect, it ain't brand new, but I would say all things considered, it turned out really nice. All right, so here is the tailgate. So I'm gonna be taking off, obviously, the limited badge over here on the passenger side, and then the 4x4 on the driver side. One thing that I noticed with these rear badges is there's a bit more stuff on the paint, contaminants, rail dust, whatever it may be. So this may take me a little bit longer, even though it's only 3 on this side and obviously a few on that. I'm probably gonna end up doing the entire tailgate after I get the badges off, clay bar everything, use some cleaner wax on and get it wiped down. So I will show you the after here in a minute. All right, guys and gals, so here's the tailgate, all done. Looking pretty good. Got it clay barred, put a little bit of the cleaner wax on it. I did see that it's got a couple little spots up here on this piece that I need to touch up. Not too bad. I will do that on another day. But as far as the tailgate getting cleaned up, I think it turned out pretty nice. Now I'm going to follow up with basically this painted section of the bumper now, get that all clay barred, and then I will get the ceramic on all the plastics back here. So got to clean up my mess and get it done. But yeah, I'd say what I started off with to what I've got here now, I think it turned out pretty nice.